What's really, really terrifying, and I want to get to the Connolly, Raskin, Byers clip, is that one of the states that issued a stay on these detentions and deporting was in Virginia. Now, Dulles had the reputation. I could tell you as an example. I wasn't inside, obviously, with attorneys or everything. I was just out protesting. But I could tell you that clearly, from wherever the order was coming from, the crowd was, strong and clear, but they were not sort of trying to start anything with police. And undoubtedly, the cops out at JFK, at least when I was there, several hours that I was there, they were told to be very, very mellow. I've been in other situations where people the default is to look for an excuse to arrest anybody. This was a totally different situation. This was like, all right, please move off the street. Please move off the street. The cops even moved the line back several times. So they were mellow. And I'm assuming that there's word from de Blasio on that. That would be my assumption. But in Dulles, they were Department of Homeland Security officials and police around them were sort of notoriously uncooperative. And this was a really disturbing piece of footage. This was recorded when Washington, these are three Congress people, Gerry Connolly, who I actually believe is from West Virginia, not from Virginia, Don Beyer, who's from Virginia, and Jamie Raskin, who's the new great progressive congressman from Maryland. They went to Dulles Airport to demand police officers allow them to speak to customs officials who were holding people who were, according to the court order, should, at the very least, they needed to be allowed to speak to a lawyer, and the processing should have been stopped because of a stay issued by a judge. And basically, you have cops telling three Congress people that they will only be allowed to speak to these detainees if the CPP allows them to. This is an extraordinary piece of footage, and it is the breakdown of the rule of law. Let's watch.
He promised to bring us. Who is your commander? You're the commander. I am Gerry Connolly. I'm a member of Congress.
I understand.
I represent right
Pause
up to
it.
this airport.
Okay.
So the video is a little bit choppy in the first couple of seconds, but what you just missed is now, so Raskin is already there. I believe he was the first congressman that came there. Don Beyer, I believe, is there as well. Now, Gerry Connolly has just arrived. He's showing his ID to the cop, and he says, I'm Gerry Connolly. I represent constituents that go up to this airport in terms of the part of Congress that I represent. So maybe he actually, I have to look up. I thought he was from West Virginia. Regardless, now the video quality gets good. Let's watch and listen.
I understand.
I represent right up to this airport, and we're asking for access to the people you're
What I'm telling you to say is, what I'm telling you now is, I have a pager going back to discuss this with CBP. We're going to ask them if you can come back. If they say yes, absolutely fine. I'll take you back there myself. If they say no, we're going to ask them to come out and talk to you. Be up to them.
Are people being detained?
Sir, I don't know that.
Are people who are being?
The police department, not part of.
Well, I know,
CBP.
but your job is to enforce the law.
That's
we have
correct.
a federal judge who has ruled that anyone being detained is entitled to legal representation.
I understand.
Have they been denied that right, or are they in fact getting legal representation?
You need to discuss that with the court authority.
Well,
Pause
what is
it.
it?
We'll keep going, but I just want to really underscore what is literally happening right now. A judge in Virginia has ordered that the U.S. government, quote unquote, must permit lawyers to access all legal permanent residents being detained at Dulles International Airport. This is what a federal judge ordered on Saturday. But U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents at this airport outside of Washington, D.C., are defying a judge's order, blocking attorneys from talking to lawful permanent residents the CPP is detaining. Go ahead.
Court authority. You're a police officer. I thought you were enforcing the law.
Yes, sir, I am.
Well, how are you enforcing the law if you're not enforcing a judge's order?
I understand that. I am part of the Metropolitan Washington Airports Authority.
I know what
I am
you
not
are.
part of the Customs and Border Patrol.
Then why are you blocking our ability to go meet with them?
This is a secure area. I'm trying to get them to give you authority to come back, permission to come back. If they give you permission, we'll let you in.
We're waiting to hear back from the CBP right now.
I understand.
So we have 3 members of Congress now.
That's
we're waiting
that's
to
my major
Because
zone
before
right
it was
now.
just Congressman Beyer and me.
Right.
3 members of Congress.
This is the
We
first
have
request we've gotten. We're going
That's
to
great.
notify them. We're going to see what happens.
Well,
And does your oversight and government reform committee
Yes.
oversight discuss this border?
yes, it does. It oversees every
Interesting
federal
concept.
entity, actually.
Are you on OJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
two of the 3.
I guess I still don't understand. I'm not trying to give you grief, but I mean, if we have a federal court order and you're a police officer, in fact, you're a senior police officer,
Yes, sir.
what do you see your responsibility as in terms of enforcing a legitimate federal court order?
I understand.
Now,
We've
you
taken the
understand
court
what
order back
is-
to them.
I'm asking
We've
you,
taken
what
the
is
court
your
order back
role?
to
Pause
Customs
it.
and Border Patrol.
Be clear that there's no order to take. The order is the order. It's done. There's nothing for the Customs and Border Protection people to process. Federal judge said the detainees who are permanent residents need access to a lawyer now. That's the end of the conversation. And the fact that this cop is giving 3 members of Congress this type of attitude is terrifying. Go ahead.
And we told them this is the court order, and we told them
You guys
that
need to make
it's up
room.
to you.
Come up.
Can I have this. Thank you so much. This is my. I have an appointment. I'm in the same situation as there. Just an appointment to go to the Global Entry Enrollment Center.
Where's Global?
You're right.
I want you to know that Dulles Police have been actually very helpful with the legal team.
And I want them to know I'm going to be a pain in the ass.
Make sure that this.
Okay, so that's important. Obviously, the hearings will go forward and the protests will go forward.
Hey, it's Sam Seder. Why don't you subscribe to this channel? You can do so right over here. Over. Subscribe.